The secondary market for Star Wars Hot Toys right now is on fire. And there are a couple of figures that will really surprise you what they are going for in the secondary market. Let's take a look at it right now. 6K Economist, Market Watch. Let's jump right into it. What is going to? Welcome to another video. This is 6K Economist. In today's video, we're doing yet again another market watch video. In this one, we're going to be taking a look at a few figures, some stuff that is incredibly interesting right now. Some figures are really just on fire in the secondary market. Truly excited to see. If you guys are not familiar with this series, I'm going to put this in the playlist so you guys can check out the other series. Basically, every couple of weeks, we take a look at the Hot Toys secondary market for Star Wars and Marvel. This video will be focusing on Star Wars, and we take a look at what figures are trending, what figures are selling at what price, and what figures have the most rise or decline in the secondary market. So just jumping right into it, we're going to start off with the most interesting one, the talk of the town right now, the Hot Toys 1/6 scale Remnant Trooper. I mean, this one is astounding. As we know, retail for $205. Very low supplied figure. Didn't seem like it had that much interest when it was produced. And right here we have an open bid with 1 day and 4 hours left. So still a lot of time left. $370, 25 bids. I actually got in contact with the seller of this actual listing, and he said that I will not name him, but he said that he has been doing eBay for 8 years, and he has never had this much interest on one of his listings for Hot Toys ever. So this is truly incredible. This is on its way to almost double in the secondary market at about 1.8x right now. It's going to be important to see where this actually ends up settling. But at $370, 25 bids for a figure that retailed for $204 and was really nothing too special to a lot of people is incredible. And I think the biggest lesson you can learn from this piece and what I'm taking away from this is lack of supply trumps all else. Absolutely the most important thing. I'm going to show you guys what I'm learning from this listing. I was very lucky to actually order 2 of these figures, and I really didn't even like it. I kind of just did it last minute because it seemed like it was going to be low supply. So I'm very grateful that I was able to do that, and now I don't have to chase this in the secondary market. But this is truly incredible. So the very first thing that I thought of when I saw these 2 things is 2 figures that immediately came to attention: the Incinerator Trooper and the Heavy Infantry Mandalorian. The Incinerator Trooper, I think, is going to be really important. I think everybody who's potentially getting this figure on the fence. I picked up this figure, but I know a lot of people who are passing on it. I would just keep your eye on this figure. If this figure goes to waitlist warning in the next month, I think that you should just close your eyes and buy it, because this could also end up being a figure that is low supplied. Granted, it has been in stock for a decent amount of time now, but I think in the next month, if this guy goes to waitlist warning, it's going to be one that you probably are not going to want to sleep on. And the other one is the Heavy Infantry Mandalorian. I've noticed that surprisingly, it seems like a lot of people are passing on this figure. This figure is apparently already sold out in Australia, sold out in Hong Kong. You apparently cannot find it anywhere in Hong Kong now. Still available for pre-order right now. This is one I would definitely keep my eyes on. Let's just make sure it's not. I'm pretty sure it's not on waitlist warning as of now. Right, it's not on waitlist warning still. But keep in mind, remember, how you check to see if it's on waitlist warning for those of you guys who are new to collecting Hot Toys is all you have to do is just go in and click pre-order. And if it's on waitlist warning, you're going to see a blue bar that comes up here that tells you it's only going to be in your cart for 5 minutes. So if you guys see this figure not even make it to in stock and go straight from pre-order to waitlist warning, I would absolutely jump on this figure. That means this figure is probably low supplied. We're already getting early indicators that this is a low supplied figure in Asia and Australia. And this is one that could absolutely be a $400 figure if it is low supplied and we just see all of the demand come after. Very similar to what we saw with the Incinerator Trooper. And piggybacking off that one, I'm actually going to jump over here to the Mandalorian. The reason why I'm highlighting this Heavy Infantry Mandalorian is obviously because of what we've seen with the Remnant Trooper, but also the Mandalorian went waitlist pretty quick. I told you guys from the beginning, from an investment perspective, I like OG Mando a lot more. I think this is one that you were going to want to jump on. Quickly sold out. Really was in stock for, I don't know, call it a month. Sold out, just recently sold yesterday for $380. This is a $243 retail figure. The fact that it's already at $380, I think it's just because people are panic buying. Now that everyone's seeing how quickly it's sold out. You had about 24 hours in waitlist warning where you could have still picked up this figure. So at $380, It doesn't surprise me at all, and I don't think that this is the peak for this figure. I think this figure can easily be a $450 to $500 figure in the secondary market down the line. It's one that I've liked for a long time, one I was very bullish on from an investment perspective. So I just wanted to highlight that. So if we see something similar with the Heavy Infantry Mandalorian, I just don't know how the same thing doesn't happen with this figure. It's a Mandalorian. It's a desirable figure, maybe not from a character perspective, but just from a piece perspective. It's going to be, really help people's shelves. And the fact that we're just seeing it already seems like it's going to be low supply from Hong Kong and Australia means it's probably going to carry over into our market as well. Moving on. Luke Skywalker continues to sell at the highs. Here we have a Return of the Jedi MMS 429 selling for $600 today. We also have the Return of the Jedi Deluxe figure selling for $650 today. For any of you guys looking to pick up a Luke, I cannot stress this enough. You do not want to buy this figure for $650 in the secondary market. First things first, if you haven't already, you might as well just jump on it. On Sideshow, you can still get on the waitlist for the Luke Skywalker Deluxe version. I would imagine you have less than like a 3% chance of actually converting it, getting on the waitlist this late, but you never know. This could be one with all the demand from the new thing. If Hot Toys decides, hey, we're not going to do a Mandalorian Luke, which, by the way, I think is very unlikely. I think they will do that. You could potentially see them say, hey, you know what, we'll restock Luke Skywalker Deluxe version, and so you're going to want to be on the waitlist for that. We've seen it with Count Dooku. We've seen it with we've seen it with Yoda. We've seen it with Boba Fett. But this is truly incredible. If you have a Luke Skywalker, I would honestly just sell now. You are at such a risk keeping this figure when it's $650 in the secondary market, because at any time, Hot Toys could drop a Mandalorian version of Luke, which is absolutely going to crush these figures, because the only reason why these are having such a rise is because of the Mandalorian, not because of the figure itself. So at $650, if I own this figure, which I don't, I would definitely cash out on it. And we talked about Mandalorian. Moving on, Shore Trooper. A lot of people said, when the Shore Trooper got reissued, a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, sell your Shore Troopers. Everybody's going to panic. Like, this is it for the Shore Trooper. Shore Trooper's going to crash. I said, in my opinion, I didn't think that was going to happen with the Shore Trooper. I think that these new Shore Troopers are different enough, and I think, if anything, it's going to create this new demand for everybody who wants to do the completionary for the Shore Trooper. So what have we seen from the Shore Trooper in the secondary market since the announcement of the Grunt and the Squad Leader? Absolutely nothing. This figure is rock solid. Just as I thought, but a lot of people thought. I'm not going to say that I'm special or anything. It seems like a lot of people are actually within the same similar logic as me, saying that they didn't think the old Shore Trooper is going to go down. Hasn't gone down at all. Just sold yesterday, $760 on bid, 13 bids. We're a good week now post the announcement of the first of the reissue of the Shore Trooper, and they have not done anything. They've continued to stay at the highs. They're actually at their local highs again. Which is incredible. $750 here with 12 watchers. This one has 2 bids, still has 2 days left at $480. Obviously, 2 days left. This is probably going to sell in like the 600 ish range. But yeah, this figure is resilient. It's rock solid. It's different enough from the reissue. I don't think people are panicking right here. This was 2 days after the announcement. $900. It's rock solid. I don't think people are scared. I think there's going to be enough new demand for this Shore Trooper that comes with the reissue of the old Shore Troopers that I don't think anybody with a Shore Trooper should be too concerned. Count Dooku, $380. So once again, we saw this guy basically sell out. He went to about 310, stayed there for the better part of 4 months, climbed to as much as 410-ish was probably the highest that I was seeing him sell on eBay or Facebook groups. Trended back once again to $310 probably about 2 months ago, and it seemed like the Star Wars market was maybe like 3-ish months ago, before Mandalorian Season 2, when the Star Wars market wasn't fully hyped in. Now that we have Season 2, the Star Wars market just feels great again. And this is another really good sale for Count Dooku. Looks like he's going back to the $400 range. So healthy in the secondary market to see figures continuing to do well again. 20 bids, $280. It's a very real listing. Last one I wanted to highlight: Hot Toys Darth Maul. Finally, Darth Maul. He's really been stuck in mud for the longest time. He basically fluctuated between 310 and 370 for the better part of what felt like a year, probably. This is the first listing that I can recall that actually sold over $400. So 29 bids, sold for $410. Obviously, this is probably just going to be supported by the release of Qui-Gon. This is nothing that should surprise anybody. We've been talking about this for a while. Qui-Gon Phantom Menace release obviously is going to help the Phantom Menace. Darth Maul, I still think Darth Maul has problems in and of itself, though, given that it has 3 different issues. But the Phantom Menace is still, in a lot of people's mind, their favorite version of Darth Maul. So no shocker there. But that's going to wrap up today's Market Watch video. Super interesting market. The Star Wars Hot Toys market is on fire. It's been on fire since about midway through Season 2 of Mandalorian, and the fact of how great Mandalorian wrapped for Season 2, I think is just going to continue to be incredibly supportive for the show. And now that we have like 50 new Star Wars shows that got announced, I don't think Star Wars is going anywhere. And to all the Marvel fans, you know, we still have more Marvel content coming. Hopefully the release of Black Widow is going to help it. It sounds like it's going to be sent directly to streaming now, so they're going to give up on the movie thing. It's unfortunate that it seems like WandaVision is not doing too well for critics. I personally have not watched the show, but I think that was going to be an important one for Marvel to kind of step back into the light a little bit. But you never know. It only takes like one good show or, you know, some type of pop culture buzz to get Marvel back in the mix. It's just hard to push away Star Wars right now with what they're doing, but needless to say, it's a very interesting market. I would definitely keep your eye on the Incinerator Trooper, but I would absolutely 1000% keep your eye on that Heavy Infantry Mandalorian. If this guy goes waitlist before he gets to in-stock, I think this is going to be a pretty expensive figure in the secondary market. Seems like a lot of people are sleeping on this figure, thus it was an undersupplied figure, which once again makes for a perfect storm. We just saw it with the Remnant Trooper. We kind of saw it with the first issue of the Mandalorian. If you made a mistake on those two and you missed both of those, not a big deal. Just don't make the same mistake on the Heavy Infantry Mandalorian if you have been considering picking it up. But as always, these are just my thoughts. Let me know in the comment section down below. What do you guys think about these figures? Are you guys picking up the Heavy Infantry Mandalorian? Are you guys as shocked as I am about what's going on with the Remnant Trooper in the secondary market? Super interesting time. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video. As always, this is 6 Economist. Buy the dip, sell the rip. This is the way. We will see you in the next video.